start with one of the greatest changing points in my life. I just gotten out of the military. I had gone through my first divorce. I wasn't married that long the first time, but I'd gone through my first divorce, and I had made some dumb financial moves, and I ended up homeless living in a car. I had to sell my nice truck, and I bought this little tiny Volkswagen Fox, and I had to live in it for about 4 months while I got on my feet. Unable to provide for myself for the first time, and it is absolutely humiliating for me. And I was good at talking in front of people. And so I had this company that would pay me in the afternoons. I would come in, and it was a network marketing company called Equinox. And I would come in and I would stand up in front of the whole crowd, and I would talk about the products, talk about this, talk about that, answer any questions. And then they would pay me $25. So it was like, I would have money to eat. So I was doing that as a part-time gig as well. And after one of the meetings where I stood up, this guy comes walking up to me wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and shorts, and he says to me, he goes, "So how long you been doing this?" And started talking, answered his questions, and he asked me a few questions about why I was doing it. And then he said, "Where do you live?" And I said, "I live just around here." And he goes, "The hell does that mean?" And I said, "Well," I said, "Honestly, I live in my car." I said, I'm trying to get back on my feet right now." And he goes, "What?" He goes, "You don't look homeless," because I had a shirt and tie on. I mean, I looked professional. And I said, "Well, you got to do what you got to do." And he's like, "Well, nice to meet you." And the owner of the office comes up to me afterwards. She goes, "Oh my gosh, you got to meet Bill." And I go, "Yeah, seemed like a nice guy." And she goes, "No, that was Bill Gould." And I go, "Okay." And she goes, "That's the owner of the company. He's the billionaire that owns the company." And I was like, "Cool." 'Cause I didn't care who someone was and how much money they had. I cared that I didn't have any. He had called her and said, "Hey, when I come back in town, I want to sit down and talk with that kid." And so he kind of began mentoring me, and he was very gruff, very blunt, which I admired and respected. And he gave me a list of books to read. And the first book, he said, "You have to read this book first." He goes, "And you have to read it twice, actually." And he goes, "Because this book will help you unlock your entire belief system and all of the agreements and beliefs that rule your thoughts, and your thoughts that rule your actions, and your actions that rule your creations." And he says, until you can unlock your belief system, you will never be able to actually change your creations. That actually made sense to me. So I read the book and I started going through it. And so here's the truth.
4 Agreements, right?
The 4 Agreements, yeah, by Don Miguel Ruiz, one of the absolute best and most simple books on growth and change.